Okay, in this video I want to introduce you to the Revolve feature and how we can use that in our modelling. So a revolve is where we take a single sketch profile and we rotate that around an axis. Traditionally we do this on 360 degrees axis, but it can be less if we would like. So what do I mean by that? Well, for example, here we've got our complete part, which might be something like a screw. And you can see on the right hand side, this is the profile that we sketched out. So we sketched this out as a sketch, and then we revolved it around what would be this axis here on the right hand side, around 360 degrees to create that complete part. We can do quarter sections or anything in between, depending on the number of degrees that we set the revolve to be. Okay, so how do we actually set that up? What's it useful for? Well, traditionally we might use it for I don't know, if I'm designing a candlestick, a chess piece, a cup, or anything that we want to have a constant cross section that is being rotated around 360 degrees. Okay, so the first thing we need, open up a part, and we need to have a sketch. Okay, so go and click on sketch and click on the plane that we want to sketch on. I'm going to click on that front plane to start with. Okay. Next thing we need is we need an axis, because we're rotating around that axis, and that axis has got to be at the very centre of our part. So, I think I showed this to you in one of the earlier videos. If we go to line, and that little drop down button next to line, we can go to what's known as a centre line, and a centre line is typically used as an axis. If I click on centre line, I'm just going to hover over the centre of my drawing and drag that centre line down. Just going to right click to select that to get rid of that, and I've put a centre line right in the middle. This is the line, this is the axis that I'm going to use to rotate my profile around. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my profile. So I could do that. Remember, we only need like half of it. So for example, if I'm going to do a kind of a cup shape, I'm going to draw a line to my centre line. I'm going to go up a bit, come out a bit, go back up and join it up there. I'm going to select to get out of that. Okay, so hopefully you can see this profile here. You can see it's kind of watertight, it's solid, it's ready to be manipulated in terms of a feature. I can rotate that around this axis by 360 degrees to create my part. Okay, so let's do that. Let's exit that sketch and see what happens. So I've exited the sketch. I'm going to go to features, and revolve is here. So I click on revolve. Look, it's already done it. It already knows what I want. I've pre-selected it as it happened. If you haven't pre-selected it, for example, just clear that. You might need to specify the axis of revolution, i.e. that centre line we put in, and we'd also have to specify the sketch. Now by default you can see it's rotating by 360 degrees. But we can drop that down if we want to. Let's make it 180. Oops, 180. And you can see we could just revolve half of it if we wanted to. We could revolve a quarter of it, and so on. Once we're happy, click the tick, and there you have your part which has been revolved around that axis in the centre. Now remember, the revolve is really powerful, and lots of people often forget to use it as a feature. Let's see what we can do if we edit this sketch though. What other features can we do? So if we edit the sketch, line it up, go into normal. I'm just going to use my trim entities. I'm going to trim back that area there and that little line there. Okay. So, for example, do I have to join it up to the midpoint? Well, I don't actually. Look, if I just join up my shape here, so you see I've got line at the top, these sides, and this line, I just roughly put it in at a bit of an angle. It might look a bit rubbish, but let's just see. If I exit that sketch, you can see that I can revolve something even though it's not touching that mid-plane. So I can either revolve it all the way around 360 degrees, I can revolve it 180 degrees, 90 degrees, whatever degrees I want, and I can either have my profile touching the edge or not even touching the edge at all, and it making a kind of a cylinder type shape. So just imagine drawing a chess piece, like a little pawn, and revolving that around. You can see the power that this feature has. So nice and easy, really good one to learn is how to use a Revolve. Thank you.